Hi friends, today I am going to review the book, The Hard Thing About Hard Things, Building a Business When There Are No Easy Answers, by Ben Horowitz. Every startup encounters the struggle. Your product turns out to have costly flaws. Your cash runs low, and your venture capitalist tells you fundraising seems unlikely. A loyal customer leaves you. A valuable employee walks away. There's no way around the struggle and no formula for fixing your problems. Your company might not make it. Entrepreneurs who make it share one characteristic: they don't quit. Hard things are hard because there are no easy answers or recipes. They are hard because you don't know the answer and you cannot ask for help without showing weakness. There are no shortcuts to knowledge, especially knowledge gained from personal experience. Then came the dot-com crash of 2000. The Nasdaq fell by 10%. LoudCloud needed capital but faced long odds. After Horowitz pitched one set of prospective backers, a colleague told him the skeptical investors thought you were smoking crack. LoudCloud raised a total of $120 million, but with so many startups collapsing, the company's bookings fell far short of its forecasts. The struggle is when you wonder why you started the company in the first place. The struggle is when people ask you why you don't quit and you don't know the answer. Horowitz and his board, seeing few prospects for investment from the private market, decided to take LoudCloud public. It was a risky move, with just 6 weeks of cash remaining in the worst possible environment for a technology IPO. Every great entrepreneur from Steve Jobs to Mark Zuckerberg went through the struggle, so you are not alone. But that does not mean that you will make it. Managers must lay off their own people. They cannot pass the task to our. If you hired me and I busted my ass working for you, I expect you to have the courage to lay me off yourself. The first thing that any successful CEO must do is get really great people to work for her. Getting through the hard times. As he guided LoudCloud and then Opsware through difficult days, Horowitz drew strength from the lessons he learned. 1. Don't put it all on your shoulders. As CEO, you can't share everything, but remember that you don't have to bear every burden alone. 1. Muster as many brains as possible to attack a problem. 2. Remember, there is always a move. Running a company is like playing chess. When you think you're out of moves, think again. 2. You always have a move. 3. Play long enough and you might get lucky. The technology environment changes so fast that you might find the elusive answer another day, if you can just hang on. 4. Tell it like it is. At first, Horowitz thought his role as CEO required him to set a positive tone and avoid letting the workforce know the gravity of the company's problems. 4. Instead of motivating the troops, that approach compromised his credibility. 5. As CEO, you're better off sharing information about your firm's problems with those who can harness their energy toward solving them. Dealing with layoffs and firings. Horowitz's company went through 3 separate layoffs involving a combined 400 employees. Few startups recover from consecutive layoffs of that magnitude, because they break the trust of those left behind. Horowitz believed LoudCloud was able to keep its best employees after multiple layoffs because we laid people off the right way. Even with all the advice and hindsight in the world, hard things will continue to be hard things. If you must cut staff, begin the layoffs as soon as possible after deciding to do so, because word about dismissals leaking out may cause further and even greater problems. Have managers deliver the news to their own people. Never outsource it to human resources. Managers should explain that the layoffs stem from a company failure, not the employees' personal failures. They should make clear the decisions are non-negotiable and should explain severance packages fully. Build a culture that rewards, not punishes, people for getting problems into the open where they can be solved. When you fire an executive, the first step is figuring out why you hired the wrong person in the first place, or you'll be firing another executive soon. Maybe you hired for lack of weakness rather than for strengths. Or maybe you didn't define the position correctly at the outset. The 3 Ps. Jim Barksdale, Horowitz's old boss at Netscape, once said, "We take care of the people, the product and the profits, in that order. If people like working for your company and you look out for them, they will reward you with loyalty and hard work." If you don't take care of your people, the product and the profits won't matter. The most important thing I learned as an entrepreneur was to focus on what I needed to get right and stop worrying about all the things that I did wrong or might do wrong. Taking care of people means training them well and having managers regularly meet one-on-one with their direct reports. It also means avoiding management debt. That accumulates when you make a short-term management move that has costly, long-term consequences. Examples would be overcompensating an employee who has a competing job offer or putting two people in the same job because you want to keep both in the company. The best CEOs avoid acquiring management debt. Faced with cutting a popular project that's not in the company's long-term plans or keeping it for morale purposes, they'll cut it every time. They make hard decisions that ruffle the feathers. Running your growing company. If you're fortunate enough to see your company reach 1,000 employees, it will be a profoundly different organization than when you employed 10 people. You must cope with new challenges. 1. Minimizing company politics. Political behavior can seep into a variety of corporate activities, including performance reviews, pay, organizational structure, territory, and promotions. 2. Curtail political behavior by designing strict processes and following them relentlessly. 3. Be sure everyone understands your promotion process. 4. When you decide to reorganize, do it quickly, without leaving time for lobbying. 5. Hiring employees with the right kind of ambition. Go for candidates who see through a team lens and whose ambition focuses on being part of a winning company. 6. Promoting a strong culture. Some startups boast about letting employees bring pets to work or offering yoga classes. 7. Those are perks, not culture. 8. True culture drives behavior. 8. Consider Amazon. To keep costs down, Jeff Bezos declared that the company would make all its desks out of cheap doors from Home Depot. What makes a leader? A CEO should have some combination of the following traits. 1. The ability to articulate the vision. Steve Jobs persuaded Apple employees to believe in his vision even when the company was near bankruptcy. 2. The right kind of ambition. A leader creates an atmosphere of shared ambition and trust, a quality Bill Campbell exemplified at Intuit and other organizations. 3. The ability to achieve the vision. This quality helped Andy Grove win the trust of Intel employees as he led them through a brilliant gambit, moving from the memory business to the microprocessor business. Every really good, really experienced CEO tends to opt for the hard answer to organizational issues. They'll ruffle the feathers. As CEO, work on all three qualities, even though you might be stronger in one or two. Each quality enhances the others. If you can persuasively articulate a vision, for example, employees will trust you and be patient with you as you lead them toward it. Ask 3 questions to judge how well a CEO performs. 1. Does the CEO know what to do? 2. Can the CEO get the company to do what she knows? And 3. Did the CEO achieve the results against an appropriate set of objectives? Peacetime CEO focuses on the big picture. Wartime CEO cares about a speck of dust on a gnat's ass if it interferes with the prime directive. Knowing what to do involves using strategy and sharp decision-making. Acting strategically takes courage, because you'll never have enough time to gather all the information you really need. That's why you must keep acquiring knowledge, day by day, from many small interactions with customers and employees. When you must make a decision, you'll be better prepared to answer questions like, how might our competitors respond? What's the financial risk? How will employees take this? Focus on where you are going rather than on what you hope to avoid. To get the company to do what you know, build a workplace where employees can get things done. The employees must be motivated, communication must be strong, the amount of common knowledge must be vast, and the context must be clear. The scale of your objectives should align with the scale of your company's opportunities. If you don't want to be great, then you should never have started a company. During the toughest times, take care of your own psychological state. Techniques to calm your nerves include recruiting trusted confidants, putting your thoughts on paper, and focusing on your destination rather than on what might go wrong. When to sell your company. One of your toughest decisions may be when to sell. Consider 2 questions. Are you very early in a potentially large market? Do you stand a good chance of reaching number 1 in that market? If the answer to either question is no, you should consider selling. When Google was young, the company received multiple purchase offers for more than $1 billion. But Google did not sell. Its answer to both questions would have been yes. Google was very early in a market that would be larger than all the markets the would-be buyers owned. And Google had built a high-quality product that would be number 1. Takeaways. 1. You may start a company with high hopes, but eventually, like Ben Horowitz at LoudCloud, you'll experience the struggle. 2. Horowitz didn't struggle alone. He enlisted the best minds in order to address his company's problems. 3. His advice: put your people first, then your products, and then your profits. 4. People with the right kind of ambition care about the team's success. 5. Don't convey only optimism. Be honest about threats to the company. 6. Managers should deliver news of firings to their people with compassion. Never outsource this task to our. 7. Minimize politics about pay, promotion, and territory with well-designed processes. 8. Company culture drives behavior that moves the firm toward its goals. 9. Build your knowledge daily through small interactions with customers and employees. 10. The founders of successful startups like LoudCloud share one quality: they don't quit. 11. If you enjoy our content and would like to stay updated with our latest videos, please like, share, and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. 11. Your support means a lot to us. 12. Thank you so much for watching.